What a great start. Miss Ellie Williams, give her another round of applause. That was great. Sam's sister, by the way. So, all right. My name is Dave Pollock. I'm the current Assistant Scoutmaster here at Troop 132. I want to welcome you here to this Court of Honor. What a special day this is for an Eagle Scout Court of Honor ceremony. How few kids actually make it this far. This is something to be impressive and to be really honored to be a part of. This is one of those few things that you don't see much of. Sam will soon become one of the 2.5 million Eagle Scouts across the United States. Now, 2.5 million, that doesn't seem like it seems like a lot, right? 2.5 million. Considering there's over 326 million people in the United States currently, and we're not talking since the beginning of scouting, going back to 1911. So here we are 112 years later. When you do the math even to today, it's less than 1% of all Americans ever make it to Eagle Scout. So that's something to be, it's impressive. So I'd like to start off this ceremony by having Sam's parents being escorted up, Mr. and Mrs. Williams, by a couple of our scouts. Front row, front center, get a good view. There you go. And now our Eagle candidate, Sam Williams, be escorted up. See? At this time, I'll turn it over to our senior patrol leader, Devin Ramirez.
Will the audience please rise? Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Ready, post. Scout salute or hand over heart. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scout sign. Please join me in the Scout oath. On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, tell other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Law. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. Color guard, return to ranks. About face. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, dismiss. Audience, you may take your seats.
Thank you, Color Guard. I'd like to invite Life Scout Eric Anderson to come to the podium, please. Eric, if you could please lead us in our invocation, please.
God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scout on this significant day in the life of Sam. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendship, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today, we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character this young man developed, and the service to our community he worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrate his faith, commitment, and hard work. So, we ask for your blessing on Sam, his family who supported and encouraged him, and his fellow scouts who helped him along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 132, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with Sam as he takes these next steps in becoming the scout and the person you desire him to be. Amen.
Thank you, Eric. Looking for Scouts Matthew Russo and Connor Morey to come up and assist with the next part. Or I could get Scouts, 2 different Scouts. You guys aren't who you say you are. They couldn't make it. Come on over. That's it. We have Will and Luke up here. All right. Sam, it's been a long time. How long we worked together? 6 years. I'll help you out. 6 years we've worked together. And we've been through a lot together, haven't we? Our struggles of getting the job done, getting the campsite set up, working in the rain, going for a hike, stretching it out, making it even longer, right? We've learned a lot together. And I can't tell you what it means to me to be standing here now next to you because you're finally to this point. It's a great thing for all the work you've done, for all the hours you put into the program. And you were a Cub Scout too, were you not? Yeah. So now for 11 years in scouting? 11 years in scouting, you've been here. And it all comes to this. And like I said in my opening remarks, this is one of the few young men and now women to be able to get to this rank. So it's a great honor for you to be here. And like I said, it's an honor for me to be here with you. So we'll start with your ceremony on lighting the Eagle Trail. All right. So, you two know what you're doing? No. All right. All right. So, we're going to light the white candle. Want to practice? See, this is why you always need a scout friend. All right. All right. So the first responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. An Eagle's honor is sacred. Honor is the foundation of all character. Character is what is one deep down inside, not what others think it is. An Eagle will live that he reflects honor upon his home, his church, his school, his friends, and upon himself. May the white of your badge always remind you that you live with honor. The second responsibility is loyalty. Blue. Without loyalty, character lacks direction. An eagle is loyal to his ideals, and may the blue of your badge remind you of what it always is to be loyal. Red. The third responsibility of an Eagle Scout is courage. Courage gives character, force, and strength, trusting in God and faith in fellow man. The Eagle Scout faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work. May the red of your badge always remind you of courage. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. He extends a helping hand to all those who still toil up the scouting trail, just as those others who've helped him in his achievement in the rank of Eagle Scout. The habit of the daily good turn must take on new meaning, blossoming in a life of service. He protects and defends the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while demanding his own. His code of conduct is based upon the belief that real leadership is founded upon service. May the green of your uniform remind you of service. Sam, I extend to you a hearty congratulations. And now, if your mother and father would please come forward and pin the Eagle badge upon you. Sam this afternoon will also be presented with the Eagle Gold Palm. The Eagle Palm is not considered a rank, but rather degrees within the Eagle Scout rank. While 21 merit badges are required to obtain the rank of Eagle Scout, every 5 and beyond is an additional palm. So Sam has earned 35 merit badges, so he'll receive 2 additional palms, taking him to a gold palm this afternoon. I'd also like to have your father maybe take your neckerchief off. Spin you around. Okay, turn, face the audience, model it off. All right, Sam, we're so proud of you. Let me congratulate you for reaching the highest point of the Eagle Trail. May all the qualities that have inspired you to this achievement continue to lead you down to even greater success in the ways of life. As an Eagle Scout, the eyes of scouting, of all scouting, are on you right now. Let me remind you that the tradition of the Eagle is high. May you so live in that tradition that you always be guided by the spirit of scouting, as symbolizing by the blazing candles behind you. May the Eagle badge that you receive be symbolic of the spirit of scouting. At this time, we know you couldn't have done it by yourself. There was only the 2 people that were there behind, off to your right, that helped you along the way. So at this time, take your mother's eagle pin and father's eagle pin and pin it on each. So if it wasn't for your mother's love and your father's encouragement, you would never be here today. For this, now they can remember the time that they put into scouting as well, every time they wear the pin. All right, let's congratulate Sam. Mr. and Mrs. Williams, you could have a seat. Now I ask Christopher Pollock to come forward, please.
Sam, will you please stand? I'd like to welcome all Eagle Scouts in the audience to please rise at this time to rededicate themselves to the Eagle Scout Pledge with Sam, our newest Eagle Scout. Eagle Scouts, give the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 points of the Scout Oath. Duty to God and country. Duty to other people. And duty to self. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example. And my status and my influence count strongly. For better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop. In my community. And in my contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Two. Please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Stuart Abdink, our charter organization rep, sponsored by VFW Post 981 in Arlington Heights. And he's here to present Sam with a special certificate.
On behalf of the Veterans of Foreign War, certificate of recognition awarded to Sam Williams for outstanding achievement and exceptional leadership ability, evidenced by attainment of the rank of Eagle, and witness the worth of done unto set our hands and the official seal of the Veterans of the Foreign Wars of the United States. Mike G. Smoger, Post Commander, Stuart L. Abdink, Charter Liaison. I just want to congratulate Sam. I was part of his Eagle Corps review. Myself, being an Eagle Scout, I got my Eagle Scout back in 1984. It was a privilege to sit on his board of review and to do this today for him. So, undo two. Here's your certificate.
This afternoon, we also have another special guest I'd like to welcome to the podium, Mr. Michael Ryan. He's a member of the Northwest Suburban Detachment Marine Corps League number 80. Mr. Ryan has served in the Marine Corps Embassy Security Group during the Vietnam era with tours in Bulgaria, NATO headquarters in Belgium. He's a private security consultant still to this day and a retired FBI agent. Mr. Ryan?
Well, I am Mike Ryan. I am the current commandant of our Marine Corps League Detachment number 80 in Arlington Heights. And I want to thank Troop 132 for inviting our detachment here today to honor our newest Eagle Scout, Sam, at his Eagle Court of Honor. I am both proud and honored to be part of such a prestigious and memorable ceremony. Before I go further, I'd just like to put a quick pitch in for our detachment. We are comprised of both some active duty Marines and some retired, and also associate members who, while not having served in the Marine Corps, are interested in furthering our cause and helping us, and many of them lead a number of our projects. We are involved throughout the year with supporting various charitable organizations and groups, including such things as Toys for Tots, Semper Fi Fund, Wounded Marines and other veterans, and many veteran-related projects. We participate in parades during the year. We have social events, picnic, of course our Marine Corps birthday celebration, which is coming up, and other holiday events. I also have brochures here, if anybody might be interested in getting some additional information on the Marine Corps League itself and specifically on our detachment. At this time, I would also like to invite each and every one of you to our Toys for Tots banquet, which is coming up this Friday evening at the Meridian Banquet Hall on Algonquin Road in Rolling Meadows. We are big supporters, of course, of Toys for Tots, and this is an opportunity for us to get some additional funds to support this worthy cause. We will have a lot of neat things going on in addition to a wonderful dinner. We have guest speakers. We have a silent auction. And so if anybody is interested in that, I've got information here that I would be more than happy to give you at the conclusion of this ceremony. Now, one more thing before I get into our normal presentation. I usually tell a story before we get going, and it usually is religious flavored because we normally hold these Eagle Courts in a church setting such as this. And so this story will be along those lines. So there was a teenage boy, probably like many of the scouts in the troop, who had just passed his driver's education class and passed his test. And the boy wanted to discuss with his dad the possibility of thereby using the family car. And so his father said he'd make a deal with him. And he said, "You know, son, you would need to bring your grade average up from a C to a B. Study the Bible a little and get your hair cut." Well, the boy thought about it for a moment, and he agreed to the deal. So after about 6 weeks, his father said, "Well, son, you brought your grades up to our expected level, And I noticed that you've been studying the Bible quite a bit, reading the Bible. But I'm very disappointed that you haven't cut your hair. And his son said, you know, Dad, I've been thinking about that, and I noticed in my studies of the Bible that Samson had long hair, John the Baptist had long hair, Moses had long hair, and there's even evidence that Jesus himself had long hair. Well, his father considered that response for a minute, and he said, well, did you notice that they all walked everywhere they went? All right, now down to the meat of the subject here. Sam, as the Commandant of the Marine Corps League Northwest Suburban Detachment, I want to congratulate you on your tremendous achievement in attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. You are a member of a select group of Scouts who, through their exemplary leadership and service to others, have made a difference in their communities and in our nation. Many Eagle Scouts have attained positions of great responsibility in business, government, and education. I am certain that Scouting played a major role in developing them as great citizens and leaders. The requirements for attaining the highest rank in Scouting are particularly demanding. This achievement is a result of many years of commitment, hard work, and is a testament to your perseverance, strength of character, and sense of duty to your community. You have proven yourself to be a young man of exceptional maturity and sense of vision, and you have earned a nationally recognized title for which you can be very proud. Eagle Scouts and Marines share a common bond in the principles and ideals that we uphold. Each of our great institutions is built upon such values as honor, moral and physical courage, duty to God and country, selflessness, and a commitment that is greater than the individual. Let these principles continue to guide you throughout life, and you can accomplish anything. Eagle Scout is a title that is earned and not given, and one that cannot be bought or sold. It is yours forever. Now, Stam, if you could step forward here. On behalf of our Marine Corps League detachment, I would like to present you with a special certificate. It says, Marine Corps League Distinguished Citizen Award, presented to Samuel C. Williams, having achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. And it is signed by myself as the Commandant of our detachment, and our Eagle Scout Chair, Mr. Stack. Congratulations. Okay, now we have another special presentation. And by way of background, I'm going to go into just a little bit. Aside from his rifle, the most prized and valued possession a Marine might have is a knife. Every Marine finds a knife to be absolutely necessary in the field for many tasks that he is constantly challenged with. First used by the Marines in the Pacific during World War II, these particular knives have earned a respected place in the United States Marine Corps. Sam, the Northwest Suburban Detachment of the Marine Corps League, takes great pleasure in presenting to you this United States Marine Corps K-Bar knife on behalf of your parents. Please be very careful with this. It's very, very sharp. And hang on to it because we're going to be using that here pretty quick. Again, by way of of background of our cake cutting ceremony. On November the 10th of 1775, the Continental Marine Corps, by an act of Congress, came into existence. On that day, Marines all over the world gather together to celebrate our anniversary. At each of these celebrations, a cake is presented, and a piece is cut by the commanding officer with his ceremonial sword. This piece is then passed to the oldest Marine present, who takes a bite, and then it passes it to the youngest Marine, who also takes a bite. This symbolizes the passing of wisdom and knowledge from the eldest to the youngest. So at this time, our detachment would like to continue this tradition for your new Eagle Scout, Sam, and your troop. So at this time, I would like to ask Andy Williams, our oldest Eagle Scout, and Julian Rodriguez to come forward, please. Julian, as you probably guessed, is our youngest Scout. Julian, right over here. All right, Sam, if you could take your ceremonial sword and cut a piece of cake and put it on the plate. Incidentally, this is a ceremony that we do throughout the Marine Corps on our birthday, November the 10th, every year, throughout the world, at every Marine Corps installation. Same ceremony. You just need one piece. Okay, now if each of you could take a fork. Andy, if you could take a piece, please, with your fork. Pass the plate on then to Julian. Julian, if you could take a piece of cake with your fork. This will symbolize the passing of wisdom and knowledge from the oldest to the youngest. Thank you. Oh, I forgot, Julian, you have to eat the rest of the cake. All right, very good. Okay. You could take that back to your seat there, Julian. That's fine. I was only kidding. All right. And finally, Sam, on this day of your Court of Honor, you reaffirmed your pledge to the Scout Oath, assume the responsibilities of an Eagle Scout, and most of all are now about to celebrate your great accomplishment with your family and fellow Scouts. We are pleased to have shared this day with you and have seen you claim the title Eagle Scout. The Northwest Suburban Detachment of the Marine Corps League congratulates you on your accomplishment. Thank you. Congratulations.
We have another special guest here this afternoon. I'd like to welcome Mr. Richard Baldino, church member here at First United Methodist Church, and a Village of Arlington Heights trustee, to the podium. Mr. Baldino has been a member of First United Methodist Church for many years and trustee for the Village of Arlington Heights for the past 6 years. He is an environmental chemist who frequently consults on sustainability projects and often works alongside the federal government as well. Mr. Baldino.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon. If I had known, I would have brought cookies. Sam, first of all, on behalf of the mayor and the village board, let me say congratulations on achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. I don't need to tell anyone in this room that this is a big deal. But I also want to tell you that the village and the village board see this as a big deal. So much so, in fact, that the mayor usually comes in and awards the citizenship pin. And in fact, when I told him why I needed a village logo pin, he didn't say anything, but his lip kind of stuck out a little bit. I'm here to award a citizenship pin because service and citizenship has been so much a part of what you've done to achieve this rank of Eagle Scout. And so this pin is in recognition of what you've done so far to earn this rank. But it's also a reminder, moving forward, to continue the citizenship work and the service work that you've begun so far. So again, congratulations, it's a great honor, and it's an honor for me to be here to help you do this.
Thank you, Mr. Baldino. I'd like to welcome Mr. Phil Ramirez, Scoutmaster of Troop 132, up for Scoutmaster Minute.
A Scoutmaster's Minute. It shines a light on one specific aspect of the Scout Law. Every Scout needs to abide by the 12 words of the Scout Law, but each Scout may be a better example of one part than another. As I thought about Sam and the words of the Scout Law, one that stood out to me was trustworthy. Here's a story about being trustworthy, and to me, I can picture Sam in this story. There's a story of a great king who lived a long time ago. The king was a good king. He didn't have any children and therefore didn't have an heir to his throne. Being a wise king, he decided on a plan that would determine who would be the next king. He called all the young men in his kingdom together and gave them some seeds. The king told them to go home, plant the seeds, and take good care of the plant. And after 3 months, he would bring them all together again. He said the young man with the most beautiful plant would be the next king. One man took the seeds home, planted them, watered them, took very good care of them, but despite several weeks of effort, he saw his seeds were not sprouting. Nevertheless, he was diligent. He continued to take care of them, and at the end of 3 months, the young men in the kingdom gathered together again. All of the young men carried beautiful plants except the one young man. In fact, he was almost too embarrassed to return to the king. However, the king required that everyone had to return and show him what became of the seeds. The king looked over the plants, all beautiful and well cared for. Finally, the king saw one empty pot and asked the young man what became of his seeds. The young man replied that he had done his best to take care of the seeds, but they never grew. The empty pot was all he had to show for all his effort. Smiling, the king announced that this young man would become his heir. He then explained to all that he had boiled the seeds before he gave them to the young men, and none of them could have grown. This young man was the only one who was honest and returned with the original seeds he had been given. Couldn't you all see Sam in this picture? A great example of what being trustworthy is all about. Thank you.
Well, we've heard everybody talk. We've heard me talk. We've heard others talk. Who haven't we heard from? Come on, it's group participation. Sam. Sam, it's your time. Come on up.
Hello, I'm very honored here to be receiving the rank of Eagle Scout today. I would just like to give some thanks to some people who have helped me throughout my scouting journey. So first of all, I would like to thank my Cub Scout den leader, Mrs. Jordan, who is here, who helped me through the beginnings of scouting with Cub Scouts, so Tiger through Arrow of Light. And then I would also like to thank Mr. Graham, who was the Scoutmaster when I first joined Troop 132. He helped me through the beginnings of Boy Scouting and really made the first few months a great experience. I would also like to thank Mr. Pollock, who was the Scoutmaster through the majority of my time in Troop 132. He was very influential as he helped me through the majority of my scout ranks and outings during my time at Troop 132. The most important thing he taught me, especially when I was SPL, was to think 3 to 4 steps ahead. I was told this at every single troop meeting at Camp Out to the point to where it is now pretty much ingrained in my head. This message has been helpful even now at high school, as I often find myself thinking ahead and exhibiting signs of leadership without even thinking about it. Fourth, I would like to thank Dan Buntley, who is a great partner for my Eagle project. And then I would also like to thank all of you attending today or watching the video many years down the road. You have all been very influential in my life one way or another. Finally, the most important thank you has to go to my family. First, my sibling, Ellie, has been very helpful at showing support for me, even if our constant fights haven't changed since Cub Scouts, by going on outings with me while I was a Cub Scout, to even this summer when they helped me with my Eagle project. My grandparents, cousins, aunts, and uncles have also been very helpful as well by constantly showing me support and giving me someone to look up to throughout my scouting journey. But of course, the most important 2 people to thank would have to be my mom and my dad. My dad has constantly supported me by joining me on the many outings and meetings, as well as giving me an Eagle Scout to look up to and constantly strive to be. My mom has helped me throughout my scouting career, as she has constantly provided support, whether by giving me words of encouragement or by finding my neckerchief slide when it was right in front of me before a court of honor. Thank you to my 2 wonderful parents. Now I would like to turn your attention to the screens as I show a quick video of my Eagle project. Thank you.
Sam, final thought on being an Eagle Scout, what scouting is. While we learn about fire behind you, we learn about camping, we learn about cooking, cleaning up after ourselves, but it's all about, to me, service, commitment, and citizenship. Sam's Eagle Project, as we just saw, is just one of many that occur throughout the United States all the time. In the history of scouting, from 1911 to 2011, over 100 million hours were dedicated in volunteer service for Eagle Scout projects. In 2012 alone, 9 million hours were recorded in volunteer service hours. 3 million since then, per year. What goes in and giving your heart and giving it your all, and the leadership that you've gained from it, I hope it's something that lasts with you for a lifetime. To close, I'd ask Eric Anderson to come up and give us our final benediction.
Dear God, an Eagle Scout Court of Honor marks the end of one journey and the commitment to another, a commitment to better scouting where all may participate, a commitment to better citizenship, a commitment to be an example of leadership to all. Bless all of Sam's future endeavors. Walk with him wherever his life takes him and give him your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and your love. And may all of us gathered here be committed to scouting's ideals which instruct us to lead better lives. May we, like Sam, always follow our own trails, discovering who we are by striving into the unknown. May God be with us all until we meet again. Amen.
Sam, please rise. Let's offer Sam one final congratulations on all his great work. Sam, did you have a couple of announcements for your guests?
We do have refreshments out in the foyer and some stuff on Scout Journey.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming.
Mr. Devin Ramirez, lead us in our closing flag ceremonies.
May the audience please rise. Color Guard forward march. Color Guard halt. Color Guard prepare to retrieve the colors. Ready, retrieve. Color Guard return to ranks. About face. Color Guard forward march. Scout salute or hand over heart. 2. Color Guard halt. Color Guard dismissed. Audience may take your seats.
Thank you, Devin, and thank you all for coming. Please join Sam for refreshments and congratulations in the foyer.